All right, what's going on, you guys? In this video, I want to talk briefly about the reality of colon cleansing. Now, recently I posted quite a bit of information on colon cleansing, but I was doing some research the other day on YouTube, and I found a handful of videos talking about how this colon cleansing thing is just some type of myth, that mucoid plaque is not real, and that the whole you have 5 to 25 pounds of waste in your colon is just some type of myth. Well, I hate to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's not just a myth. I know this predicated upon the fact that I've done hundreds of different self-administered experiments on myself to validate, the reality of these claims. Because when I found these claims years ago, I thought, hey, this sounds kind of fishy. But part of me, part of my instincts, part of my intuition felt that these claims about the whole waste in your colon thing, I felt that there was some truth to it as well. So instead of just buying into the idea that it wasn't real, I decided to be a responsible individual and approach the subject of colon cleansing safely. So I invested in a handful of different books like a handful of different books by Dr. Bernard Jensen, a handful of different books by Dr. Norman Walker. I looked into the Gerson Health Institute. There was a handful of different things that I researched before I ever began practicing colon cleansing on myself. So I acquired I acquired knowledge. And once I acquired the knowledge, I practiced on myself with coffee enemas and different herbal programs, parasite detoxes, you name it. And after those experiments bore fruit and I realized that, oh my God, I really am full of crap. This claim being made about the average person, the average American walking around with 5 to 15 pounds or more of waste in their system is absolutely true. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've smelled it with my nose. This stuff smells like toxicity. When you get rid of this stuff properly, you know that it was putrefying, rancidifying matter. Putrefactive matter in your GI tract, ladies and gentlemen. I obtained the knowledge of colon cleansing through research. I practiced on myself to see if it was true. And by realizing that there was truth to it, I acquired the wisdom of that. And I'm sitting here today jaw-dropped at the fact that people are going around the internet saying that this is just some type of internet fad or internet hoax. Well, I've documented my research. I've documented large volumes of my research in things that I've eliminated from my system. Gallstones, impacted fecal matter, mucus, intestinal abominations, I like to call them, parasites. So I'm not asking you to take my word for it. No. I know I sure as hell didn't when I stumbled across the information, but what I didn't do, and I see people doing this all the time, regardless of whether it's about colon cleansing, it doesn't matter what subject it is, politics, you name it, is that people will oftentimes automatically cuddle up to the status quo without accurately questioning it through self-research and experimentation. And that's a huge problem. This is what defines goats from sheeps. Goats and wolves from sheep. Anyone can buy into the status quo, what's common, what's socially acceptable. It doesn't take much effort to do that. It takes a discerning mind and a broader outlook on life to question things with your own mind. We don't question enough, ladies and gentlemen, and because we don't question enough, we don't really have the wisdom of our ancestors. We don't put enough time and effort into discovering things for ourselves. That's what I'm getting at. We allow social media and the internet and just he said, she said, or hearsay to dictate our beliefs. Anytime you structure a belief without you understanding that belief based on your own personal understanding of the subject, then you've made a huge mistake. So I hope that makes sense. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm exhausted. I got about 3 hours of sleep last night, you guys. There's a few things that I just said that I think came out wrong, but I'm still going to post this. I think it, for the most part, makes sense. Question everything. Beliefs are dangerous. Why are beliefs dangerous? There's a handful of different reasons, but one of the main reasons why beliefs are dangerous or can be dangerous is because they instruct the subconscious mind on how to create your reality. So based on your most real, most emotionally charged beliefs, the things that you believe most in life, your conscious mind sends that information into your subconscious mind. And because the subconscious mind creates your reality, you get the picture. Your reality is a mirror of your beliefs. It's much more complicated than that, and we're not going to get into the psychology of it in this video. I talk about that more on my Patreon page as well as videos here on YouTube. Links to my Patreon page and other outlets can be found in the description box below. But to go around saying that colon cleansing is some type of myth, or that it's not real, or that, you know, this is just some hoax, is foolish. And it's foolish, and I'm kind of upset. I'm not upset about it. I wanted to make a video about it, however, because so many people will just erroneously accept this idea that it's false and walk around or shuffle around the matrix, the underworld, the land of the dead for the majority of their life with multiple pounds of waste in their system. So in no way, shape, or form am I recommending that people go out and haphazardly just start doing colon cleanses and enemas and detoxes. Absolutely not. That's far from what I would ever recommend. What I am trying to get through to people, however, with this video is to question everything. Don't be a sheep. Why do people call, excuse me, sheep are called sheep because sheep are easily led in a flock. They're easily herded, excuse me. They're easily led, at least when they're kept on farms, excuse me. No, it's way too late. I should wrap this video up. I just wanted to make a quick message for you guys. But so many people will go the majority of their life with this stuff stuck in their GI tract. The alimentary tract, you guys, which is the tubing from your mouth to your anus, is multiple feet long. It's like elastic, biologically, it's like biological elastic plumbing. It's self-intelligent plumbing. You eat this food and your body does all the work. Your conscious mind knows nothing about how this works. Your subconscious mind, when you eat food, is what's instructing everything inside your biology to, you know, secrete this fluid and break this down and put this through this and the blood and everything. Your subconscious mind is the master regulator of everything. It instructs your heartbeat. Excuse me. I just totally lost my train of thought, you guys. I'm exhausted. But this tubing from your mouth to your anus, although it's hyper intelligent, it's overburdened, predicated upon the fact that we've given it the wrong foods since birth, pretty much. So because of that, you guys, think about all the candy you've eaten. Think about all of the gum that you've potentially swallowed. I mean, I used to have this obsession with chewing gum in class, and then it's not an obsession, but I would chew gum in class and just swallow it. It's like, how many pieces of gum did I actually swallow? And everyone knows that gum doesn't just break down in your system, you guys. Think about all of the garbage milk that people drank. Not healthy raw milk, the garbage milk, the pasteurized stuff that had all of its enzymes and everything stripped from it. The mucus-forming dairy products that caused massive amounts of acidosis and mucus buildup in your system. That mucus is a buffer to the acidity that it creates in your system, and it gets stuck in your system, the mucus. Think about all of the strange foods that this matrix has given us that we've eaten from a young age all the way up until adulthood until now. And to the typical American doesn't know how to masticate food properly. The typical American, you go to any supermarket, or excuse me, you go to any restaurant, take a look around. People chew like 3 times, swallow. Chew 3 times, swallow. that type of food doesn't just go into your system and get broken down. The digestive system is not some laser machine that can just effectively break everything down. You know, all these solids. Think about it. This elastic biological tubing, your digestive system. Do you really think that it just breaks everything down that you consume? No. I've seen proof of this in my detoxes, my coffee enemas, my different herbal programs. I've eliminated probably over 400 old tomato skins. I've eliminated potato skins. Certain foods, if you don't break them down properly, do not digest. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to go get some sleep. I'm exhausted. It's 1:09 Virginia time. I love you all. The bulk of this message is just to try to remind people to question everything. Peace be with you.
While you have your eyes closed and you're receiving the sunlight, as you're standing barefoot,
look at diet, you've got to look at water. The water people are drinking here in the Matrix, the tap water, is filled full of disinfectant byproducts, cancer-causing agents, fluoride, hydrofluorosilicic acid, hexafluorosilicic acid, pipe residues, inorganic compounds, scaling lime, algicides, cobalts, radioactive constituents, plutonium, parasites. Some of the wastes that are stuck inside of the colonic walls in the lower bowel. So
certain eye muscle exercises where you move your eyes in certain
direct current energy. So walking barefoot is one of the pinnacle aspects, other than things like collecting rainwater. We can be our own farmers and grow a lot of our own food, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have to resort to buying murdered animals from corrupt organizations and things of that nature. We don't have to consume these foods to have a healthy lifestyle. My health has gone nowhere but up since I became a vegan.
Authentic Kundalini awakenings actually stimulate dormant parts of your brain and your physiology, your spinal system, your cerebrospinal fluid, you name it. And when that happens, it just enlightens the gland.
The goji berries in it and the schisandra. But I also talk later on in this video about how
damaging constituents, and these constituents are known as accumulative poisons. They accumulate over time and they get lodged in your tissues. They get lodged in your kidneys, your liver, you name it.